Hey, Matt, what are you doing? What are you doing?
220-pound guy on a box with an open lid.
Okay. All right. You gotta tell me what I'm looking at here.
These are boxes I built for my bike after seeing your Jesse boxes.
And what are the tech specs, if you don't mind sharing?
All right, so Jesse boxes, I measured them out, they're about 70 thousandths aluminum.
I'm gonna put you in frame, actually.
All right. These are, the whole back panel's 1/8 inch.
Yep.
And everything else, well, excuse me, the back panel is 1/8 inch and the top rim is 1/8 inch.
Okay.
Everything else is 90 thousandths aluminum.
Now, you told me they bend theirs here, right? You didn't do that.
No.
Okay.
This was because I don't have the capabilities of bending.
So you fabbed the panels, welded, and you fabbed this, and then welded, and then like.
Yep.
So you got seams there.
The first thing I did was I cut this all angle iron, aluminum.
Okay.
And I cut it and made a picture frame, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And then all these panels are all separate individual panels.
Okay.
Because I can't bend 90 thousandths.
How'd you cut them? Do you have like a plasma cutter?
Plasma cutter.
Yeah, of course.
The handheld plasma cutter and
okay.
straight edge.
Cool.
And yep.
Now, what are these modeled after? Did you just design these from scratch?
No, they're modeled close to the Jesse, with things that I changed that I didn't like about the Jesse.
And before you get into that, the backstory is I had the Jesse Odyssey 2s on my bike. I crashed like 7 times, so I gave them to him because I had upgraded the Challengers from Jesse. So he basically took those. And now here's the thing, though. You didn't plan on, quote, ripping off Jesse Luggage's design.
No.
You took them with the intention of using them. You actually ordered the racks, and you didn't need hardware because the hardware came with the Odysseys.
Right.
So you ordered racks, and then what inspired you to build these? Well,
the old panels had too much. They were damaged, and I was going to cut the panels off. The old boxes were damaged. They had dents, and I was going to cut the panels off, weld in new panels.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem with welding in those with all the coating that was on the box, I can't get to the back side.
Yep.
With previous items I've removed the powder coating from,
mm-hmm.
I threw them in my wood stove.
Yeah.
And just burned everything off.
Oh, didn't you melt something?
Yeah, I destroyed one of the lids, like massively melted it.
So because you basically a point of no return. So I'd given you boxes and hardware.
Right.
You moved the hardware. You planned on doing something with them, and you were like, well.
I actually on the main box, the one without the notch for the exhaust.
Yep.
I had cut out and replaced the whole back panel.
Oh, I see.
With 1/8 inch. I went through all that, got all that done, and I was working because there was another dent on.
Oh yeah, the bottom panel.
Yeah, this portion. So I was going to cut.
That was a Translab crash.
Yep, I was going to cut this.
I know what crash that was because we were kicking it.
Oh yeah, I watched you down. I was with you, and I just shut my GoPro.
But you saw the dust storm, but you didn't see me crash,
I
right?
saw you crash.
Oh, you did.
I saw everything, but I literally just shut my GoPro off.
Oh,
we're gonna.
That's a well documented.
I wasn't upset about you. I was like, man.
That's why I had dash cams now. All right, so you basically, but did you measure the Jesse panels, or did you? Okay, you did.
Well, I did because I have the Turatech GS ones.
Yeah.
And they're
the GS Adventure like boxes.
Right, they're about that long.
Okay.
So the Jesses were longer.
Yep.
But the BMW ones are wider.
Okay.
So what I did was I made them as long as the Jesses, but also as wide as the GS.
So what's
boxes.
the width? 12 inches? 11? Because Jesses are 10 inches wide.
No, they're just like 11 and 1/8.
Okay.
And I can't remember. I think they're 21 inches long.
And we started the video with you standing on them. That's without the lid, though, and I figured the lid was required for like structural integrity.
It would be.
Yeah.
I mean, you could stand on yours without the lid, or excuse me, with the lid to stiffen.
Yeah, those boxes are $1,400. So, okay, let's go into that. So, what's the thickness of yours versus the Jesses, if you don't know how to say it?
Yeah, these are 70 thousandths. Mine are 90. Plus, I have an 1/8 inch back plate.
Okay. So your back plate is thicker than the rest of the panels.
Yes.
By like 10%. 20%.
Yeah, quite a bit more. Just because the way the Jesses mount to the back, they're mounted in the center, so when you hit, it's going to bend around the mount.
Yep.
That's why.
And so that's what you saw with mine.
Yeah.
Because we had banged mine back to make it fit, because it did collapse around the mount a little bit.
Right. Okay. So I figured if I made the whole panel thicker, it wouldn't bend around the mount as much.
Yep.
Now the whole trade-off with this is mine are significantly heavier.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if the extra ruggedness of mine outweigh the weight for most people.
But Jesse has this problem of like not only having to meet a price, because they're already the most expensive boxes in the country because they're made in the U.S. and they are hardy, but they also have the issue of just weight in general. They're some of the heaviest boxes I've ever seen. These are even heavier. And we can't weigh them because honestly you don't have the hardware installed, so it's not an apples to apples.
No, I'd have to do more to them.
Yeah. All right, so follow-up question to these. What's your like? What are you gonna do next? There's your side by side. Let me drop this down. There we go.
Pretty close.
Yeah. Well, I get noticeably thicker. I mean, I can see the width. The width is like 2-3 inches.
Well, I might have to cut because there is so much wider. I'm worried about taking corners and dragging this corner of the box on the road. So when I finally get the mounting hardware and all that on, we're going to tip the bike over on its side on the ground. Mm-hmm. And I want my pegs to drag before this corner.
Ooh.
So.
And I was telling you on the Bumats, I was scraping my box before the pegs.
Right. And if that's not the case, then I will cut off and angle this back so that my pegs will touch before the box.
So you had mentioned to me that like you looked up purchasing the Jesse luggage hardware.
Yes, if you were to just buy the hardware alone,
which is the backing Delrin.
Yep.
The friction hinges,
hinges,
which are nice because people that don't realize this, I'll go to my top box. When you open it up, it'll stay wherever you keep it. Those friction hinges are kind of
they're really nice.
They're kind of a rarity among the panniers. They just kind of boom or boom. That's why Touratech put that little metal string in yours so it won't fly open.
Right. And I've gone down the road, forgot to latch the front, and they've flung open, and then I had to pull over and spend 20 minutes reshaping the box just so the lid would fit on the BMW branded ones.
Yeah. And then finally the locking hardware. So you're talking about all hardware included. What would that cost per pannier?
It's just over $700.
But per pannier?
No, for all of them.
For all, okay. So you're talking about,
for the two. Not
you're talking about 2 Delrins. You're talking about 2 latches. You're talking about 4 friction hinges.
Yep.
Or 4 latches, 4 friction hinges.
Yep.
Am I missing something?
That top part.
Oh, in the top part. Yeah, the little piece there that locks on the top. $700. You're shitting me.
Nope. If you buy it from Jesse, $700.
Oh, okay. Right.
I mean, I've looked on Amazon and you can buy. I mean, obviously these hinges are.
Yeah, those. So Jesse charges $50 a piece for those, and they're billet.
Yeah.
Fabbed. I mean, they're nice. I'm not. By the way, this isn't a shit on Jesse video. I'm not trying to do that.
These are worth $50.
Yeah.
The time it would take to machine all that out.
Yeah.
I am going to buy different latches off Amazon. I found them. They're the older. They look just like the older style Jesse's.
Yep.
But they're significantly cheaper. And but the friction hinges that Jesse sells, I don't think they have much of a markup on them because I tried to find them everywhere else, and no matter where I looked, a friction hinge was expensive.
So, and this is kind of like the brass tacks sort of thing. This is for you. This isn't. You're not making a company out of this. No. But what would you think? And this is kind of me trying to like frame this as kissing Jesse Luggage's ass. But what do you think you would actually charge for a set of panniers, ignoring the rack, right? Because you've made it for Jesse. What I was thinking is like if you were an enterprising individual, you would say, step one, go buy Jesse Luggage rack.
Right.
Step 2, come back to my website and buy these boxes because they're thicker and hardier but heavier. So if you want stronger but heavier, buy these. What would you have to charge someone, hardware and parts and materials, labor?
Oh, it'd be more than the Jesse.
Yeah.
Easily.
Like probably $2,000. You think it's a charge?
Oh yeah. Yeah. It would be. I mean, because if you went with the Jesse, because they're quality, all the hardware is quality.
Yeah.
You'd have $700 in there. Yeah. And I would have the rest of $1,000 just in the bare aluminum.
Right.
And $1,000 for my time and the TIG and all the welding supplies to do it. Yeah. Yeah. It would be me not making much money at all.
And plus you got to then powder cut it, which luckily you're doing in an oven, but
right. I'll do that at home with an oven. Yeah.
I think they look great bare, to be honest. And it's not, they'll get scratched up, but
yeah, well, they're all gritty. I wasn't too cautious with the aluminum when I was making them. I know there's other guys that do it and sell them like on Facebook and stuff. I can't like Go. Oh, I can't remember the name of the website, but I was watching videos and he bends them all up and he's really cautious and you can leave them bare or coat them.
And final question, and they're charging. Anything else you want to like add?
No, just showing them off. They're pretty stout.
I think you did a good job. They look good.
Thanks. I can't wait till they're done. I'll send you pictures of
Get some close-ups here.
I'll send you a picture of the lid I melted through so you can pin it in here.
That's probably a bad example to show.
Yeah, the worst one.
Well, the first one.
These are all the nicest ones.
Yeah, that was way better. Yep.
Well, the problem with the welds on the lid is I was changing out one of my argon cylinders and I bumped all the controls on my machine. I didn't notice it right off the bat, which I should have.
This thing weighs 2.5 pounds.
Yeah, they're pretty stout. And these are rigid on here, but if you take the hinges off and it's not supported by that,
yeah,
they flex.
Oh, okay.
Which I should have brought you one of the old lids to show you.
Those don't flex at all.
No.
Huh.
Kind of barely these things.
Sweet. And you're also going to go and you're going to order the gaskets from Jesse.
No, I'm going to go with a different gasket.
Okay.
I mean, they're nice.
Yeah.
But the way I built mine, I'm worried about clearance between that and the bottom.
Okay.
And they're rounded corners. So
Yep.
I'm going to go and I'm going to put a gasket.
Oh, I see.
Glue it right down to here.
Yep. Sweet.
Which, in all reality, I think this is a better design. Because, I don't know, I just do. I think that will last longer than this one. But that one I can just peel off and replace. I'll have the stuff at the house if it goes bad.
Well, Matt, good job.
Thank you.
We've hit like 15 minutes, so. And you can buy these nowhere. So go to google.com and good luck.